Rush hour in Chicago. I was the last person to step into the red line train car before the doors closed. Searching to find a seat, I saw there was only one left. No wonder. It was next to a homeless man. He was dressed in at least 4 layers of dirty clothes, grimy hands, face, and beard, oily hair stuffed under a tattered stocking cap. As I turned to look away, I saw him smile and motion me over to the empty seat. Oh no, I thought. What if he asks me for money? What if he's crazy? What if he smells bad? I knew I could avoid sitting next to him if I pretended I hadn't seen him. I felt guilty. Immediately, a not-so-small voice said to me, "Go and sit." I took a deep breath and turned back. I walked over towards him, sat down, and said thank you. Returning my smile, he nodded. He definitely did smell, yet within a few short minutes, I no longer even noticed. The homeless man began talking, but not to me. He was interested in the baseball schedule being read by an elderly Chinese man who was sitting perpendicular to us. It became rather obvious that the Chinese man did not know much English, which was further complicated by the homeless man's thick southern drawl. I slowly repeated the homeless man's questions to the Chinese man, which he then seemed able to understand. The homeless man wanted to know if the Chinese man had an extra copy of the baseball schedule he was holding. The Chinese man shook his head. The homeless man sighed and said, that's okay. The Chinese man continued to study the schedule a few minutes longer before looking up. His face then softened as he smiled and handed over his copy of the schedule to the homeless man. The homeless man began thanking his fellow passenger profusely. "Now's I'll know when all the home games be," he said, flashing a toothless smile. "They's gives away all kinds of free stuff, like t-shirts and baseball caps before those home games." The homeless man then began rummaging around in his many layers of clothing. Suddenly he pulled out a can of soda, which he then thrust towards the Chinese man. The Chinese man put up his hand and began shaking his head no, but the homeless man was emphatic. "No, please take it. I's got it free at the ballpark yesterday. I's want you to have it." The overhead speakers blared, "This is Jackson." I snapped to attention. Grabbing my bags, I wished my traveling companions a good day and dashed through the closing doors. For a moment, I stood there motionless on the platform. What had I just witnessed? The homeless man wanted acceptance. Both men wanted to understand, and at the same time to be understood. Both men demonstrated human dignity and kindness. It was at that point I remembered the icon of St. Vincent de Paul and the beggar. In the painting, you cannot tell if St. Vincent is giving bread to the beggar, or if the beggar, whose face bears the likeness of Christ, is giving bread to St. Vincent. I was humbled.